Hi guys. So I got Pokemon X and Y at the drop date, and I was extremely excited. I started off on Pokemon Y because I wanted to play that because it's the male chromosome and I'm a guy. Yeah. And I started off with a male character. My starter was Chespin, and I ended up picking the Squirtle. I have recently started X. This time my character's female. I started with Fennekin, and I'm probably going to go for Bulbasaur. I know all the hype about 2 Mega Charizards. Like, I don't care, okay? Mega Charizard's cool, but I want Mega Charizard Y. Because Mega Charizard X is not as good as Y. Mega Charizard Y gets drought, okay? Mega Charizard X is part dragon. Who cares? Mega Charizard Y is better. And if you have a problem with that, oh well. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But what I want to do today is I want to give you... I'm just going to warn you guys, there are a lot of spoilers in this. I put that in the title and I put that in the description. So you've been warned, they're spoilers. But I want to tell you some aspects of what I liked about Pokemon X and Y. Well, mainly Y, but I'm talking about general mechanics. And then I'm going to do a separate video what I didn't like about them. Because I didn't update anything last Friday. A lot of crap happened. Main things that I'm liking about Pokemon Y and X, the EXP share is now a key item. A lot of you may have already heard this, and what it does is your Pokemon that participate in the battles get full EXP, and every other Pokemon gets half of what they got. So this makes it really easy for you to level. There's also Super Training. Super Training is like a mini game. You can play this mini game at any time, even at the very beginning of the game. And it basically, you're going to do a little mini game, and you're going to fire soccer balls into goals. And the goals will move, and the little target will attack you sometimes. And this will basically, every time you clear a mini game, depending on what mode you played, you're going to get 4 EVs for level 1 into whatever stat you picked, 8 EVs for level 2, and for level 3 you get 12 EVs. So this allows you to actually like play a mini game, and you can max out a Pokemon's EVs exactly the way you want from the very beginning of the game. So I know you guys are thinking, yeah, this is a good thing, and I know a lot of people complain about how complicated and unnecessarily difficult EV training seems to be. Now it's not difficult. And yes, you do still get EVs for actually battling Pokemon out in the wild, so you don't have to worry about... Like, if you don't want to play the minigame, I understand, but I'm telling you guys, it's really good. Also, there are items that are called punching bags that you can do core training that you get every time you clear a minigame, and also, occasionally, your Pokemon will just find them while you're doing Super Training. And they give EVs to your stats, or they give you a buff during your next mini-game play. There is a mini-bag that you can get that increases a Pokemon's friendship level. There's another punching bag that you get called a reset bag, which will reset a Pokemon's EVs completely. So if you didn't figure it out, just wait until you get one, and you can reset a Pokemon's EVs, and you can start all over. So there we go. I thought that was great. I really liked that. I like how berries work now. There's this little garden, and you can plant, there's 6 on it. You can plant 36 different berries. They're all in the same place. And, also there are berry mutations. Depending on when you have 2 berries next to each other, you will occasionally get a mutation. Like, you're growing a tree, I think one time I got a Qualot berry when I was growing a Pecha plant or something like that. And basically, you'll get a certain number of the berry that you originally planted, and you'll get one berry that's this different one, that's a mutation. And you can now plant a berry that you otherwise may not have been able to obtain. So this is pretty cool. Also, I thought that that makes it a lot easier for you to get the berries that you need, and you can get them in large quantities. Also, occasionally when the trees have gotten to about the size where they have bushes and everything, Pokemon will occasionally appear in them. They're always bug types. I've never seen anything that was not bug type. And they're all at level between like 14, 15. They're not that powerful, but this is an easy way for you to catch bug Pokemon or grind up your low levels. On the same pathway to this, there is the Pokemon Breeder. The Pokemon Breeder shows up very early in the game, so if you need to do breeding, it doesn't even take that long. And yes, Dittos are available in the wild before Endgame. They're pretty close to Endgame. But yes, you can catch Ditto, so you can do your breeding very early. And also, there is a Battle Chateau on the same route. And this is a place where you battle people. These people all have like a crap ton of money, so go there with an amulet coin and get your best sweeper and just beat the crap out of them. And occasionally gym leaders will show up there after you've beaten gym leaders. And the more times you battle, the more people you defeat, you become more prestigious. You get a higher rank. You start off as a Baron, then it goes Baron, Viscount, Earl, and Marquis. I may have skipped one rank because I've seen Counts and Countess rank people in there. But I skipped straight from Earl to Marquis. So, I don't know. Maybe I was just beating so much ass that I jumped a rank. So there's probably a Count rank or a Countess rank if you're a female between the Earl and the Marquis. The best thing about that route is that all three of these facilities are on the same route, and it's a straight line. For those of you that all of your breeding, you just pick your eggs up and go back and forth on your bicycle in a straight line. It's just... yeah. Anyway, other than that, some other things I like. I did like how Mega Evolution is. I feel that I have seen the stats for some Mega Evolutions. Like, it's insane. But it's balanced in the sense that you cannot Mega Evolve more than one Pokemon at a time. If, like, during a battle, only one of your Pokemon can Mega Evolve, even if multiple Pokemon that you own have the Mega Stone and are at their final stage of normal evolution. So it's balanced in the sense that even if you have a Mega Evolution, you can't have more than one, and your opponent can't have more than one either. So it's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just run a whole party of Mega Evolutions. No, you're gonna run a whole party of Pokemon, and one of them is going to be able to Mega Evolve. And if the rest of them have Mega Stones, well, you're wasting a perfectly good item slot. I really like the theme music for the Elite Four, but that's more of a preference thing. That's not really about gameplay. And I thought that even though Mega Evolutions are pretty strong, I thought they were really cool, and I thought that it'd be fair because you can only do it once, so it doesn't make it too powerful. Some other things that I liked, I kind of thought it was interesting, like when you buy clothes. Clothes are pretty freaking expensive. I'm going to warn you that right now. They're expensive, especially in the best clothing store. The clothes cost like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, there are pairs of pants that cost like $150,000. There are hats that cost like $80,000. It's freaking expensive. But if your character like color coordinates your clothes and picks clothes that are from a similar set, people are actually nicer to you when they talk to you. You can get discounts when you're in Lumio City for like cab rides and stuff. Like, your character's fashion sense actually matters. I don't really care about that kind of stuff, but hey, I get half price on a cab ride. Lumio City is freaking difficult to navigate on unless you have, like, perfect mapping memory. So, I will definitely say that I think that that's kind of neat that they actually pay attention to those things. Also, the other thing I want to say that I really liked was the new items I've seen that are available through the battle facility, which is called the Battle Maison. Now, I've seen one item that says if it's equipped to a Pokemon and that Pokemon gets hit by an attack that's super effective, it gains attack and special attack grades by, I think, 2 stages. I don't know if it's 2 or 1 stage, but either way, this is great. If you put that on a really tanky Pokemon, a Pokemon that normally would not be able to sweep, like, for example, let's just give a good example of this, Umbreon. Umbreon has abysmal stats, so a lot of people like to run Curse and stuff on it so they can boost it. Even if Umbreon gets hit by, like, the strongest fighting attacks in the game, unless it is from a legendary, that is, even in that case, if you invested in its defense properly, that is not guaranteed to kill an Umbreon, and I think we all know that. We all know how tanky Umbreon can get. So that kind of item is great for Umbreon. For those of you that like going bullshit aggressive with a sweep, there's an item called an Assault Vest. And what this does is that Pokemon's special defense is increased by, I'm assuming, 1 stage because of the wording for it. But while it is equipped with that item, it cannot use any moves that are status-based. It can only use actual attacks. This is great for, like, Uber Dragons, things like Metagross, because remember, guys, Metagross is no longer immune to Darker Steel. It now has, Darker Ghost. It now has 2 new weaknesses. So that means moves like Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, as well as our common weakness of Earthquake and things like Flamethrower and Fire Blast. These are all weaknesses Metagross has. Throw an Assault Vest on it and give it a fully offensive move pool. Now it is actually capable of tanking attacks it normally would not tank through. So, and then the last thing I want to mention was this item. I don't really fully understand this, but it's called a Power Capsule. And what this does is, I don't know, it's a 200 BP item. And apparently it does something where if a Pokemon has 2 abilities, it will change it. I don't know if it's equip or consume, but I'm intrigued. Tell me what you liked. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I hope that if any of you see anything you like about X and Y, let me know. And if there's anything that you want to tell me or tell other people, let me post in the comments below, because I want to hear what everybody has to say. I think that X and Y was definitely jumped up the gameplay, and I think a lot of people are going to have complaints, and I do as well, but I'm generally satisfied, very satisfied with it. Thanks, and goodbye.